My name is Ricardo Trigo. I'm a professor of climatology, climate change, and natural hazards in Portugal. And first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here, not only at the conference, but in this wonderful city. And as you mentioned, it was very difficult yesterday to obtain a different flight and to avoid Paris and all that extreme situation. Although today I'm going to talk more about other type of extremes, more related with dryness and heat waves. And the reason is obvious, because particularly in Europe, we're suffering this quite a lot. So let me start by showing you graphics of annual average temperature, but probably in a way that you're not so used to, separating what is happening over the ocean at the global scale and over land. And you can see that when climate change really kicks off in the early 80s, you start to see this divergence between what is happening over the ocean, in fact, where most of the extra energy is absorbed. So when we talk about climate change, because most of the planet is water, and water has a much higher heat capacity, and it can revolve around, unlike Earth, where when it warms just the surface layer. It takes much more energy to warm the ocean than land. And therefore, we're starting to see continents warming faster than the ocean and helping to promote heat wave events that I'm going to talk later. In any case, if we look into specific situations, such as the temperature anomaly of the last winter, we will see that there's a tendency for continents to be warmer than the ocean, although El Niño was still going on. But, for example, over the North Atlantic, we see temperatures really high, and that has specific impacts for Europe. But you can see also a huge difference between what is the overall increment of temperature. You see warm colors, meaning that overall it was warmer than the climatological period. And you see that in the North Pole, it's much warmer than in the rest of the planet. There's a huge amplification phenomena going on in the last few decades in the north, close to the North Pole, and that is due to amplification, feedbacks, the lack of ice and other that make this area here to rise 4 or 5 degrees already in the last 40 years, okay, as an average. So things are really moving fast. This has huge implications for us humans, but also for ecosystems. So we must take into account that ecosystems can handle a lot of blows. And I'm looking here at the particular